All right, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the first episode or part of this 1997 Lance Squire Lite 195. I know in a lot of my posts or previous videos, I think I kept calling it a 96. Well, I finally got the title for it, and it's definitely a 97. So 1 year newer. So I got it here in the barn, and just going to start tearing into it and see what I can find. I'm aware of three main spots of concern, so I'm going to start there and kind of expand from that spot out. I'm not going to half-ass the project. I mean, no time crunch to get it done. I'd like to have it done by early next spring, 2024. Here it is, what, October 14th of 23. So I've done a lot of research. There's a couple other YouTube channels that I've been watching and kind of learning from. One of them is Covet the Camper, and then the other one is MC Speed 1, I believe. So I've been watching those two guys on a lot of their repairs and stuff. And there's a lot, I mean, there's tons of videos on remodeling and updating campers. So when I get to that stage of the game, I'll mention those channels too that I've got ideas from. So I've never done any type of repair on a camper like this before. I mean, I've done, you know, faucets and propane tanks and regulators and your basic stuff, jacks. I've never taken siding off, getting inside of it into the frame and structure. So it's the first time for me on this type of project, but I am excited about it, and I feel very confident to take on this project, and I think the end goal is going to be well worth it. All right, so I have a habit of getting started on something and forgetting to record it. So I was just going to kind of get a few things going here. Whether I needed to or not, this carpet's coming out, but I wanted to take it out regardless to inspect the wood on the floor here underneath where the bed goes. So I want to have all the wood exposed. So this is going to go bye-bye anyway, and I'll put fresh, clean stuff in it. There's a board right here that had carpet on it as well. Below that I knew was the water tank, freshwater tank. So I just want to start exposing everything, getting everything cleaned up, and start going from there. I'm not going to do, I mean, first things first is tear it down, clean it up, and get involved in the repair areas that I'm already aware of. And then once it's been repaired and structurally checked out, then I will start going through and changing out all the fixtures and lights to LEDs. Right now everything's still using the old school bulbs. Pretty sure windows will have to be replaced. Most of the seals and rubber around them are very shrunken. So I'm not sure if they're actually sealing or not. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. 6 if you include the big bunk window. I kind of would like to eliminate the window in the bunk, just because in the mornings I hate waking up to super bright light and or heat from sun. I feel like the side windows are plenty for that area, but I'll cover that as we go. This is a 3-way fridge. I would like to pull that out and replace that with a 12-volt compressor style fridge. Sink is fine. I'm sure I'll keep that. Maybe I'll change out the sink faucet. I really don't need the oven and stovetop, so I'm kind of thinking about pulling that whole thing out and then maybe just putting a 2-burner stove top back in and then having more storage. all of my cooking and stuff's generally either on my Blackstone, or if we got full hookup, the air fryer works great. So I do have the extension cord plugged in, so this, I know at least the 12 volt side of the oh, what do you call that? The electrical panel thing, the converter, is working for 12 volt. I did turn the water pump on. That turns on and functions. So I may put some water in the tank and do a leak test. But I'm pretty sure I might just do all new PEX anyway. Everything's on the left side, driver's side of the camper, so it should be fairly easy to just repex the water tank to the sink to the 12 volt pump, and then it shoots back to the bathroom. So cold hot for the sink, cold for the potty, and there's an access port here, and then right outside the wall externally is an outside shower. So I think by the time I pull the furnace out, the stovetop out, I'll have access to pretty much everything. Alright, so I started on the right side, passenger side of the camper. Went ahead and removed. There's a plastic bin here, a plastic bin here. Propane storage, battery storage, and then of course there was the aluminum framed doors, access doors. So the doors and stuff come out first. There's screws all the way around it, butyl tape. Everything came off pretty easy, but instantly it exposed the problem area here. Looks like the majority of the damage and leak was right here in the battery compartment, because this is the worst part. So it must have just been leaking in, and then it's been making its way both ways. More so this way. I mean, even though the top board here is kind of rotted, a little bit here, but it kind of stopped before the tie-down bracket. It's like a C-channel piece of metal that's screwed in with a threaded nut that the eye hook comes in from the bottom. But no big deal. Everything that's soft and rotted will be replaced. These are 1x2s. The back part here is the inside wall, and then there was yellow insulation, and then the outside's like a styrofoam cardboard, and then the siding on top of that. So the more and more you dig into something like this, it's kind of shocking how basic and bad they're built. I mean, I know they're trying to make them lightweight and whatnot, but I don't know. So, like I said, I'm just going to start pulling the siding. This is the side that I knew had the inner wall damage in the inside dinette bench. So I knew something behind this wall was bad. And then back here, where I showed earlier, the floor was rotted, and then somebody basically just cut 2 pieces of plywood to lay on top of the rot to hide it. So I don't know if the freshwater drain was the leaking issue, or it's got to be, because nothing looks bad on the corner until you get down here to the water drain. Somebody else had repaired this though. Whoever made those little cutout pieces inside repaired this side, or tried to. So this has already been dug into once. So like I said, I knew these were 2 of the bad areas. So I'm kind of working my way up because I know the roof area from the escape hatch is bad, but I'm not sure how far this way it went. So I'm kind of debating on how far up I should go. I think I'm going to pull the siding up to at least this window, because that'll show me the window opening, the opening around the fridge, and then can expose more of this corner, and then I'll kind of see what things look like. Alright, so I got this next panel broken loose. The only thing holding it in is the butyl tape around the window. So I'll go ahead and pop that out. But I started moving around the edge here. Started taking off this stuff. I got the door out. I'm going to take this window out as well. You can see this corner is separated. And there's a lot of rot in the floor. So I'm going to have to figure out a way, take this rear bumper off, because the siding is down and under the floor. Plus it'll be easier to probably work on the floor as well. So I'm going to figure out how to unbolt this bumper next. Alright, rear bumper's pulled off. Holding tank, gray water tank is out. And now this gives me all that room to work. Mainly because the floor, at least from this wall over so far, about a foot in, 16 inches in, needs to be repaired. So far it's not hard. It's just dealing with all of the butyl tape, sealant, breaking all that stuff loose, and then trying to peel it off the siding. It's kind of tricky. So I'm going to stop there for right now and then kind of assess the situation here. I don't want to tear too much off yet, because I might have to put the jacks back on real quick to put the camper up in the air, and then slide the dolly forward so I can get more into the floor. I was wondering what was holding me up. Everything was loose on the gray tank, but there's no disconnect for the drain in, so I just left myself some material and use a Sawzall to separate that. When this wall's off, or the siding, I will reassess the situation and make that all repaired. All right, so that's going to wrap up video 1 on the initial teardown. I'm not going to make videos super long, so stay tuned for part 2, and we'll keep moving on this project, exposing all the bad areas and see what needs to be repaired, and take care of it all. If you're not subscribed, please do, and don't forget to like and comment as well. Thanks.